We all tend to invest ourselves in relationships. And as I said, if you are doing something right with the wrong person, nothing good will turn out. And deep inside, when you're in a relationship with yourself, you're miserable alone, I'm sorry, your partner will be miserable with you. So we need to understand that we need to love our own company. Only then people will love to enjoy our company too. And don't rush. Wait for the right person. Because if it's meant to be, it will be. Such a beautiful question. I want to be remembered as an empath. Somebody who just didn't say that I feel your pain. But I want, maybe it will never end. But yes, nowhere in my text the world will ever read I gave up. Have you watched Tangled? Tangled, Rapunzel, her journey, how she comes out of confinement for the first time. She goes out and sees the world awaits her. I used falling on the ground. I couldn't see it and I missed it. But when I sat in the wheelchair, I stepped out, went close to the nature, everything changed.
Chances to address our mistakes and second guesses for our inhibitions. So is what is affecting us today the fear of losing that support? Is it the responsibility of adulthood? Is it the dilemma between being at the brink of childhood and adulthood and not being able to balance both? The truth is that it is probably all of the above. We are all at a transition in life where everything changes, where we finally have to face that fear and find a way to be comfortable with it. I, much like a lot of my fellow students, have spent the better part of my life being cautious. But today, we'd like to think that that part of us has changed and evolved. We've come to realize that if you don't take risks in life, then while you are safeguarding yourself from the possibility of failure, you are also foregoing the chance of success. And being one of the biggest lessons that I have learned through this school, I think it is the best piece of advice that I can share with the graduating class today. It is okay to take chances. It is also okay to fear losses and defeat. But know that those friendships and that support that we are so afraid of losing has been imbibed by us, and it is now a part of us. Our decisions, our thought processes, and our achievements have always been a conglomeration of the best possible advice that everyone in our lives has given us. Sometimes intangible things such as friendships, emotions, and feelings do have to be prioritized over what is conventionally or seemingly important. Remember that you are an amalgamation of every person who has had an influence. The uncertainty that we are feeling today is resonating in each and every one of your classmates. And so is the excitement and pride. Although some of us walked into this school just 2 years ago, it has already become our home. I speak on behalf of the entire graduating batch when I express the deep emotional connection that we have to this school. There is a love, a comfort, a sense of family when we think about eating idlis in the social area, befriending most of our teachers, becoming serious about work together, and facing losses together. We cannot be more thankful for the unity that we have found in this institution, where we can, even after just 2 years, have blind faith in the support that we have gotten and will continue to get from this school. And it would be remiss of me to not take this opportunity to, on behalf of the entire graduating batch, every single individual is highlighted. The heads, for giving us as many chances as we deserved and taking a personal interest in every student. The teachers, for tirelessly working for us, for standing up for us, and motivating us to achieve our fullest potential. We would also like to thank the administrative team, the IT team, the liftmen, the security today. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And I know that we will always be privileged to go out into the world as DAIS alumni, calling each other friends. I would like to end with a quote which I think perfectly sums up our emotions today. You have to leave the city of your comfort and go into the wilderness of your intuition. You can't get there by bus. Only hard work and risk. And by not quite knowing what you're doing, but what you will discover will be wonderful. What you will discover will be yourself. Thank you.
Beginnings are usually daunting and endings are bittersweet, but it's everything in between that makes it all worth living. When we set foot in DAIS as kindergartners, our teachers gave us this survival kit. Through all to the day we last sported our untucked checkered shirts, we have inadvertently banked on it. And so, today, as we celebrate the end of this journey and look towards the new adventure that we will be embarking on, I would like to prefer to you the contents of this survival kit as a fond reminder of the road we have traveled together and as a tool for the rest of our lives. This sticker to remind us that we will always stick together, and this red ribbon to remind us that friendship ties our hearts together. I think that it's fair to say that there is no bond greater than the one that exists between 106 people who have been terrorized by nightmares of the school's upward curve and who have held an inexplicable desire to set off the fire alarm. I hope with all of my heart that I am right when I say that what we have created here is indestructible and that regardless of where we go or who we become, we will always have each other. Lifesavers, to remind us that there will always be people whom we can lean on, and this cotton ball, to remind us of warm words and kind feelings. The DAIS family is full of caring lifesavers. DAIS has always had someone to guide us, defend us. Our parents have been our anchors of support for 18 long years. And of course, our siblings have often doubled up as essay editors and speechwriters. Today, I think it is integral to thank these lifesavers in you, because we as a generation must be the solution to these problems. Recognize big problems and think big solutions, because if we don't, no one will. The eraser, to remind us that we all make mistakes. We've stumbled and messed up personally and as a class, and we've had the opportunity to rectify those mistakes. We have stumbled amongst our peers, only so that we can soar above the rest in the outside world. But regardless of how prepared we are, we will make mistakes and we will encounter failure. But scraped knees are the small price you pay to win the race. So go, build, create, challenge, do things that seem impossible, make mistakes and do it all over again. Because the only real way to fail at life is to abstain. The star, to remind you to shine and always try your best. It seems absurd for me to stand in front of a graduating class with published authors, accomplished artists, performing musicians, international athletes, and empowered social activists and say, aim for the stars. Instead, I am going to tell you to always be your version of successful, whatever it is. I know that each and every one of you will be exceptional wherever you go. But if you find yourself unhappy and unfulfilled, I hope that you have the courage to start over. Remember that there is no statute of limitations on reinventing yourself and chasing down what you want. Be a phoenix, burn down, resurrect. Let go of the idea that you must always be who you have always been. In 2003, our parents walked us into a brand new school, not knowing what lay ahead. Tonight, they will walk us out of these gates for one last time. knowing that they made the right choice. Today is a celebration of what we have achieved and of the glory and triumphs that are to come. It is a recollection of the hardships we have faced and the challenges that are to come. Today, we step out of the comfort of familiarity towards the magical wilderness that is adulthood. As you walk out of these gates as DAIS alumni, remember the survival kit. We must cherish the strength from our friendships. We must be grateful. We must always pick out the best in people. We must heal the hurt in our world. We must be willing to make mistakes. And we must always want to be our version of successful. Thank you for 13 magical years.